Back to the FPL Tom deadline streams. It is game week 3. It is another Friday stream with me here. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's good. It's finally good to be the weekend and be back chatting to you guys about fantasy football. If you do have any questions throughout the stream, do get them in the chat as we will try to answer as many as possible. I will try and go through literally as many as possible. So if you've got any dilemmas with your FPL team for this game week, do get them in. We will try and answer as many. If as well you want to send me your teams over on Twitter at FPLTom_. We went through some of them last week. It was really good. Helped a lot of you guys out. So if you do want to send me your teams and we kind of go through them, go and check that out on Twitter at FPLTom. We'll try and get some of your teams reviewed and help you prepare for game week 3 because there's a lot going off. We've got a lot coming up in this stream as well. We are going to go through my team. We're also going to go through predicted points, and we're also going to go through the best Luke Shaw replacements as well. Injury came out last night that, you know, he's going to miss a kind of lengthy time period away, so we do need to be looking for potential replacements if we do have Luke Shaw. So I have prepared a nice little kind of document with key players, kind of 5 players that I would potentially be looking for if I had Luke Shaw in my team and if, you know, I wanted a replacement. I can see people are appearing in the TikTok chat as well. If you are watching on TikTok, the best thing that you can do is come over to YouTube at FPL Tom on YouTube. And basically there you'll get to see all my team, all the kind of spreadsheets and data sets that I put together. And it's a little bit easier for me to potentially read questions on there than it is on TikTok. But yeah, it's up to you. Preference. But if you want to come over to YouTube, come over. Come say hello. As always, what I want you to do as well at the start of the stream, if you're on YouTube or on TikTok, is go and like it as well, to be honest, because it just helps it out. It pushes it out there to more people, which is what we want to see. You know, we're trying to hit 2,000 subs on the YouTube channel, trying to get to 10K on TikTok as well. So if you do enjoy any of the content that you see on TikTok or on YouTube, subscribe, like, help us push it out there. I can see people already flying in with the question. Sorry, Teacup in the YouTube chat has asked, is Gabriel fit? Yes, both of them are fit. Gabriel Jesus and regular Gabriel for Fulham, not Fulham, Arsenal. But I don't think he'll play again. Personally, I'm bored of him. I'm honestly bored of him, to be honest. I can see as well we've got some questions coming in. Hello to everyone in the TikTok chat. Do keep the questions coming in. Yes, I'm a Mansfield fan, and that is a Mansfield shirt, and it is beautiful. And I'm going to Stockport tomorrow, so that'll be great. That'll be great. Why do people say Digne is a troll? Previous bad kind of history, to be honest. A lot of bad history with Digne, myself included in that. I brought him in when he first transferred to Aston Villa. Got an assist and then was injured, didn't pick up clean sheets. He's one of just these troll players. Moreno as well is kind of back, I think, around the international break. The other left back who was exceptional second half of the season after signing in January. So it's just a little bit questionable. I do have a YouTube channel, FPL Tom, exactly the same. If you are on TikTok, go over to my profile. If you click it and just, it should be in the bio, to be honest, my YouTube channel. So just click it there. You can come over, come see all the cool stuff that we do on YouTube as well. FPL content, we make like 3 to 4 videos. We have 2 live streams a week as well, you know, so it's all good. Thank you for sending the roses in already. Absolutely appreciate the support that people do send in, as I stutter over my words already. Hi Luke in the YouTube chat as well. Absolute goat of our kind of FPL streams that we do. If you want to kind of be considered a goat, keep asking the questions, keep, you know, supporting the channel. That will be the right way to go about it. How's your team looking for this week, Luke? You in a good position? Have you got Luke Shaw? You know, yeah, up the Mansfield, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to going. I haven't been to a home game in like a while, a really long time. I don't actually live in Mansfield anymore, but yeah, not been to a home game. I think maybe like a season ago, maybe even 2. Like it's been a really, really long time since I have been to a Mansfield game, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, right. I feel kind of that's enough foreplay, to be honest. Let's go and take a look at my team for game week 3. I have had 2 free transfers for this week, and I have made them both. So if you are on TikTok and you want to come over and see this, this will be the kind of the best place to do it. You get to see my team rather than just hearing me read it out, and I can answer your questions a little bit easier. So yeah. So, starting off with goalkeeper, we do have Johnson for this week. I've got Johnson or Turner, and I just think Johnson has the higher probability of potentially getting a clean sheet, to be honest. But it is what it is. I don't think I'm in a great position for goalkeeper. Johnson as well, in terms of long-term kind of availability, might start to become a risk if they do sign Dean Henderson as well. So that is a little bit of concern for my team in kind of the long run. Moving into the back line, Estupinian, absolute GOAT, especially if you saw De Zerbi's kind of comments around him today. Yeah, very good. Apparently he thinks he can play up front. That would be honestly absolutely amazing. It would honestly break FPL if Estupinian started playing up front. Very good comments from De Zerbi today about him. So, you know, it's either going to go one way, he's going to play up front and do absolutely amazing, or it's kind of De Zerbi kind of roulette where he said João Pedro was great last week and then he just benched him. So hopefully not. Hopefully Estupinian is playing in today's game. Moving on to my second defender, it is my new signing, Adoji. I think I've been really impressed with this guy. The positions that he's getting in. If you want to go look at his heat map as well, it is exceptional. Some of the positions that he's getting himself into. Good XA, good XG as well. 4.5 million. Spurs with a good run of fixtures. Rotates extremely well with Rico Henry on my bench as well. So very happy to have him, and he is one of my suggestions as well. If you do have Luke Shaw, to go and get Adoji. I think that's a great little swap. Saves you about £1 million as well. Moving on to my final defender, it is Ben Chilwell. I'm expecting big things from him over the next few weeks with Chelsea's fixtures looking very appetising indeed. So yeah, hopefully he can deliver the goods and doesn't come off in the 60th minute. Hopefully it is a clean sheet and a dominant Chelsea performance with him and kind of Jackson involved tonight. That would be really, really nice to see. Midfield, we've got a midfield five. Starting off Salah. Arguably, he's got to consider himself very lucky to still be in this team, to be honest, because, yeah, it wasn't like a great performance against Bournemouth. I wasn't impressed, and if it wasn't kind of down to Gabriel being benched and other kind of situations arising, I think Salah potentially could have been looking to, you know, out of this team. We'd have gone with Foden. I think that's the way I potentially would have gone. But we have got Mohamed Salah still for this week. I'll probably keep him next week because I think they play Wolves next week. So he's going to stay for that week. And then after that point, I might get rid of him and then look to bring him back on the Game Week 9 wildcard. He's got to do something to impress me because at the moment, he is not warranting that 12.5 million price tag. But other issues kind of arose this week. So we did have to deal with that. Moving on to our second midfielder, it is Mbeumo. Very, very happy to have this man in the team, to be honest. Mbeumo, absolute GOAT over the opening 2 game weeks. I went with him. Whoever put that flag on him at FPL Towers for game week 1, thank you so much, because this man has been an absolute rank gainer for me and arguably a rank killer for anyone who's not had him. So absolutely ecstatic to have Mbeumo in my team. On penalties, I don't think Crystal Palace is a great fixture. These two teams, Palace and Brentford, are 4th and 5th, for XG conceded. So I can see this one being a 0-0. Both teams kind of being, you know, quite resolute. So that is kind of what I'm kind of imagining come game week 3, to be honest. But I'm happy to have him in there. Obviously, his ownership has gone up. His price has gone up as well. So yeah, very happy to have him. Mbeumo. Saka, I was kind of looking at his data sets over the past few days and they are abysmal. Really, really abysmal. I think he's a player, again, that might potentially be leaving the team in the next few weeks. Fulham at home, I expect he should get an attacking return. If he doesn't, or doesn't at least look good, I definitely think he potentially could be on his way out of my club. Yeah, if it doesn't quite go well for Saka, to be honest. Looks like he's lost penalties as well, or he kind of gave it to Odegaard. There's kind of like a little bit of debate going on about whether or not he did that or didn't do that. But yeah, Saka, he's still here for now, but I don't know. He might depart the club, to be honest. Finishing up, well, not actually finishing up, our fourth midfielder, is Abichi's Eze, however you want to pronounce it. His underlying data has been absolutely unreal. If he'd have scored that penalty or been awarded that penalty at Arsenal, I think his ownership would have kind of maintained the same. I know a lot of the kind of the top FPL managers are potentially looking at bringing this man in, so I'm not 100% sure, you know, why people are trying to sell him. I get there are other good 6.5 million options, but I think this man is going to be a really good asset to hold in the long term up until around my Game Week 1 wildcard. So we will be kind of see how that one goes. But yeah, I'm happy to have Eze, to be honest. Moving on to our final midfielder, and it is Bruno Fernandes. I saw that apparently I got a notification that he might be going down in price tonight. I don't know why people are selling him ahead of Nottingham Forest at home. His, again, data sets have been absolutely ridiculous over the opening couple of game weeks. Super unlucky against Tottenham Hotspurs as well. Should have at least got an assist or a goal. Or, like, literally, if he gets those 2 penalties, it is, like, unreal. Moving on to the front line, Jackson and new forward. I have replaced João Pedro. I've got rid of him. I know the Enciso news kind of broke after I had to do that, which is a little bit frustrating, but I think that was always my plan, to be honest, was to move to Jackson in Game Week 3, regardless of how well Pedro was doing. So yeah, I'm happy to have Nicholas Jackson in the team for Game Week 3. Hopefully he can bag. The underlying data has been there. It's just not quite been the finishing, to be honest. But hopefully that kind of sorts itself out in Game Week 3. He gets a brace tonight. His ownership flies up. We're happy. We're very happy indeed. And then the captain, we've gone for Erling Haaland. I think he should be the captain. Stick with the pack, like I said, very, very similar to last week. Stick with the pack early on. Go for Erling Haaland. Yeah, it's Sheffield United. They've looked, honestly, absolutely abysmal. That's right, Jamie. Rise up the Jackson gang. Big up. Big up Jackson. Hopefully big things from him tonight. Turner, Henry, Kabore and Mbwama finishing our bench. I've seen we've had quite a few questions coming in. Someone's asked on TikTok, Chelsea versus Luton predictions. We'll move on to my predictions in a little bit. In terms of other questions on YouTube, Mans is going to keep Mr. Gabriel on his bench. Yeah, honestly, he's just the biggest troll this season, isn't he? Absolute troll fest for old Gabriel. Home games, expected Haaland and Foden, but it's City and Sheffield. Yeah, I mean, I was originally planning to go get Foden for Salah, but it's just not possible. I also took a look at the Cork slang as well on Twitter. Thank you for sending me that. I will move on to taking a look at people's teams on Twitter. So if you do want to go send me them, at FPLTom_, and I'll go look at your teams, just at me or put it on my most recent tweet. We'll go look at some of them in a bit, give you some advice. So that is on TikTok and YouTube at FPLTom_. We will try and help you with your teams. Archie Cheeseman's asking, I'm thinking about doing a bench boost. I don't know if it's the best idea, but the fixtures are all too good and I can't decide who to start. Archie, if you want to send me kind of your team either here or on Twitter, we will kind of decide whether or not we think it's a good idea for you to potentially do a bench boost. I think if you've got the players this week, why not go for it? I know a lot of people like to hold it for double game weeks, but there's going to be a lot less of them this season. So if the fixtures are good, mate, and you're backing yourself, why not go for it? Matthew's in the chat as well. Yeah, Maddison is fit. Very, very, very true there, Matthew. It's an interesting one, to be honest, because they've said he's fit. And then they've said kind of like he's trained only yesterday. So I don't know whether or not he's going to play or he's going to play a full 60. But I think if you own Maddison, keep him because the long-term fixtures are really good. He should hopefully play tomorrow against Bournemouth. I'm just concerned is it too short a time frame? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But I think he's going to play. So if you do own Maddison, I'd suggest playing him and keeping him in your team. I wouldn't potentially maybe look and go and bring him in. But you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. I did Gabriel for Pinnock this week. I can't be... Yeah, Jamie, mate, it's the exact same, to be honest. It is the exact same, to be honest. I cannot be arsed with the Gabriel drama anymore. I've just taken the hit. If he plays, great, whatever. I miss Fulham at home, but after that, it's United and stuff like that. So I just can't be arsed, to be honest. Maddison isn't injured, Luke. Postecoglou came out today and said pretty much that he's fit, firing, all good. He's pretty good. Yeah, I think there's going to be a couple double game weeks. There's always something, postponements around winter time. There's also kind of the factor that you get cup games, certain stuff like that. There's AFCON as well this year, which is obviously going to impact stuff. So yeah, I think there'll be a couple towards the end, but not as many as we've had in previous years with kind of postponements, the Queen dying, stuff like that, the C word, COVID. Yeah. Stuff like that. I'm putting Gabriel on my bench. I'm playing Colwell, Chilwell, and Estepinian. Yeah, I think that seems pretty sensible, to be honest, Luke. We'll go and have a look at your team as well on Twitter. Now, mates, let me just load up Twitter. Where have you sent it me? Cool. Let me see if you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Okay, so this is Luke's team. Onana, Estupiñán, Chilwell, Colwell, Foden and Mbeumo, Rashford, Saka, Martinelli, Haaland and Jackson. You know what, Luke? That is a very strong team, mate. There wouldn't be many suggestions I would be doing with that. I think that's a really good team to go into this week, to be honest, mate. Absolute great team. So, yeah, very good there, mate. You should have a good game week. What's your current rank at the moment? I imagine you're doing quite well, to be honest. I've seen you've had quite a few strong teams. So, yeah, be interesting to see. What other questions are we getting in the chat? Have you got plenty of water this week? We've got a glass, and that will go very quickly because it's like continuously talking. So, you know, hopefully we've got enough water. I probably will have to go for another water break at some point. That's always a highlight, though. You get to see my bum as I walk out. Like, you know what I mean. Thoughts on Bruno, captain? Ooh. I wouldn't be kind of for it, to be honest. I think you might as well just go Haaland. Stick with the pack early on. Forest at home is a good fixture. But with United not looking great, still no kind of out-and-out forward as well. I wouldn't be for it. I think there's better weeks to potentially go as a differential captain, but I'd stick with Haaland early on. But I think he's definitely an asset you want to keep in your team, but not captain him. Don't captain him. Unless you've got a somehow weird gut feeling, and then go captain him. Yeah, Jamie, it's honestly so frustrating. The amount of like Gabriel-less drafts that people had. I had one as well, which would have been like absolutely amazing. But I think in that one I had Shaw as well, so I would have probably still been stuck in the exact same position as well. So it wouldn't have been great, to be honest. Luke, that's an amazing rank, to be honest, mate. You're actually like, I think you'd be like one of the top, if you were like a content creator, would be in like the top bracket of content creators as well. So that would be pretty amazing. 2 mil in the bank, and I'm going to Baldock to Diaz in game week 4. I like that as well. I think Diaz, he's one of my suggestions as well if you do have Luke Shaw to potentially go through. We will go and have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, Bruno does have good underlying data, but he's just not worth it. It's Sheffield United. It is Sheffield United. So I would be captaining Haaland. I would not be looking at Bruno Fernandes, to be honest. Archie's asked, Watkins or Jackson? Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one, to be honest. Watkins obviously getting a hat-trick in midweek in the Europa Conference League. It's against Hibernian, isn't it? So does it really count? Does it really count? They're not a good team, are they? They had people on the bench who played for like Mansfield a year ago. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say with that one. But I think my plan with Jackson is if I had Jackson, is I would be looking to go him for the next 3 weeks and then look to move to Isak because Newcastle's fixtures then turn. So it's kind of dependent on your team. Ishmael's in the chat as well. Big up. Couple of the regulars flying in as well. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, do be sure to like it, as it does push it out to the kind of wider community on YouTube and on TikTok, and helps get more people in here so we can do more of these streams, and I can book more afternoons off work to do them. Got some questions coming in on TikTok as well. Do keep them coming in. I'm starting Sterling Jackson. Think Chelsea put 4 past them tonight. I also agree with that. I think Chelsea are going to absolutely smash Luton. Well, I hope so, to be honest. Luke Shaw injured. Should I bring in Chilwell or Diaz? Personally, I'd go Chilwell. I think he's got the higher upside. But City have been excellent at the back. There just is a lot of competition for places. So yeah, that would be the way that I'd go that. Matthew sent his team in. Turner, Estupiñán, Henry, Chilwell, Salah, Saka, March, and Mbeumo, Maddison, Watkins, Haaland, bench, Semedo, Baldock, Kabore. Not sure who's captain. Go Haaland. Stick with the pack early on. Go Haaland. It's Sheffield United. Tom added Alvarez and Adoji transfers as City fixtures. Yeah, City's like next 5-6 fixtures are immense, to be honest. Absolutely immense. So I think that's really good. Really good there from you, mate. Yeah, Isak is a potential rotation issue with Callum Wilson, but yeah, the fixtures are really good. Let me just get them up. The fixtures in game week 6 and beyond for Newcastle are really, really good. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. The game week 6, they take on Sheffield United, then it's Burnley, then it's West Ham, then it's Crystal Palace. So it's a really good fixture run from them. So yeah, that's why I do it. Liam, I'll go and have a look at your team on a minute. Gusto or Henry for the next 3 game weeks? Probably have to go Gusto. Luton, Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. That is a great run. So yeah, I'd go Gusto. The only risk with him is you're not 100% sure about his kind of nailedness. We're going to make that word up. Nailedness. But yeah, I'd go Gusto. I'm thinking of swapping Rashford for Bruno, but not sure. It seems a little bit sideways and a little bit counterproductive, that, to be honest, Archie. I'd just hold fire for like 1 more week. Cameron's asked in the TikTok chat, Estupinian or Udogie, please answer. I'm struggling big time. Estupinian is fire, absolutely incredible, but Brighton's fixtures are kind of turning a little bit mucky after this game week. Udogie's got a really good run, 4.5 million. There is still question marks about potentially minutes risks with Perisic coming on in around the 70th minute. But I think Estupinian is like kind of an essential player to have. Udogie is going to be one that I think is going to rise over the next few weeks. So I'd probably go Udogie and try and beat the curve, because that's where you're going to gain more points, especially with kind of the next 2 after this. You're probably not going to play Estupinian. Let's go and have a look at Liam's team on Twitter. Have you sent it me? Have you sent it me, lad? I can't see it. Where is it? Where is it? It's not here. Where is it? I can't do anything if it's not there. Send it me, Liam. Send it me. Send it me. Gabriel or Colwell? Who should I start this week? Colwell. Save yourself the headache. Alvarez or Foden? Depends who you've got in your team and who you're going to replace them with. And then that kind of makes your mind up. If you want your team reviewing for this game week, get it sent to me on Twitter at FPLTom_. That goes for the people on TikTok as well. If you want your team sending and reviewing, make sure we're smashing the like button on both platforms as well. It does push it out. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. And that water is going to get slammed. Absolutely slammed throughout this stream. Oh dear. My plan was always to bail on Estupinian in game week 4 to avoid when, not if, his price starts cascading. But with 3 attacking returns already, I feel not so sure. Still need space for Newcastle though. Yeah, originally at the start of the season, that was my plan as well. Jamie was to kind of ditch Estupinian, but he's been so good. He's been ridiculous. And if you look at it, you can kind of have a back 5 and rotate around his bad fixtures. So Newcastle at home is not the worst. Manchester United away, you're probably going to want to bench him. Game week 6, Bournemouth at home, you probably want to play him. Game week 7, Aston Villa away, probably not. Then it's Liverpool and City, so maybe that run there, and then potentially bring him back on a wild card after that. But yeah, a little bit difficult. But I definitely think he's a player that might come out of my team. Archie sent me his team. Let's go and have a look at that. Put it on your... Put it on my post stream. Oh, okay. Let's give Twitter a refresh. It's having a moment. Let's go and have a look. This one, I'm guessing. Here he is. Here he is. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. So here's Liam's team. Like I said, if you want your team reviewing, if you're on TikTok or on YouTube, send it me at FPLTom. Obviously, your big dilemma this week, Liam, is what to do with John Stones. The fixtures are good, but it does look like he's going to be out for potentially a couple weeks. I think in terms of transfers, though, like Pedporo, Pickford. So there's a couple players that are potentially going to become issues in the next few weeks. If Rashford continues to blank, he's going to be an issue. Matoma, like we just spoke about, Brighton's fixtures are really stinky, especially from an attacking standpoint. Maybe only game week 6. Bournemouth's the next one that you want to kind of play him up until maybe you wildcarding in game week 8, game week 9, game week 10. So I'd look to potentially remove Matoma next week. But yeah, other than that, I like Mbuemo, I like Visser. You've got 2 good playing goalkeepers, so if Pickford continues to shitbed a bit, you've got Areola who can easily come in, so that's always good. Have you got a free transfer this week, or have you already used it? Have you got a free transfer, or have you already used it? I can't remember if you told me or not. It's quite bad. But yeah, let me know. Let me know, Liam, mate. Common water dub. Yes, Jamie, lad. Water's absolutely banging. Can't go wrong with it. Yeah, I saw Lukaku to Roma as well. Archie will go look at your team after as well, after we've helped Liam out here. I've used both free transfers. Okay. So you probably... they should have Newcastle. Bell's got... Who's Luton got next week? West Ham, which isn't the worst. So you could always play Bell if worse comes to worse. Could always play Matoma against Newcastle as well. It's not the worst idea. See, I'd say hold for next week and then kind of see what position you're in. I feel you'll have kind of a better understanding of what you want to do with your team after next week. So I'd hold. I wouldn't take Stones out. But yeah, you'll see what Rashford does if he is just stinky again. Then you can keep Matoma if that's the case for the Newcastle game. Wouldn't be ideal, but yeah. Or you could get a Stones replacement in. Maybe Chilwell. I don't think it's worth taking a minus this week. Not worth taking a minus. But yeah, that was Liam's team. Thank you, Liam. If you want your team reviewing on TikTok or on YouTube at FPLTom_, get them in and we will review them. Help you guys to make better FPL decisions. Right, this is Archie's team. Ridiculously strong. Onana, Estepinian, Chilwell, Saliba. Make sure you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Saka captain. Brave that Archie. Rashford and Buemo, Odegaard, João Pedro, Watkins, Haaland. On the bench, Turner, Eze, Adoji, Botman. And you asked about bench boosting, didn't you, as well, Archie? You asked about bench boosting. Would I bench boost with that? Probably not. Probably not. With a bench boost, I feel like you need all the outfield players to have at least a good fixture. Liverpool at home isn't great for Botman. The other two are okay. When are we going to see FPL Steve? Mate, I begged him to come on a stream, but he just doesn't want it. He just doesn't... He can't handle the fame. He can't handle the fame, lad. It'd go to his head. Not so template FPL in the chat as well. I'm good, thank you, mate. How are you doing? Seeing you've been posting some banging videos over this week. FPL MFZ sent me his team as well. We'll go look at that. Just make sure I've missed no other questions. Will Johnson, Salah and Pedro to Mbeumo and Foden, and one of Jackson and Alvarez for a -4. Nah, I wouldn't be taking minuses. I would not be taking minuses. I'd probably do Pedro to Jackson. I think that's a transfer that you're going to make anyway, so I'd do it. Pedro to Jackson. You're probably going to want to make it next week. Yeah, I get your point about Pickford, but come on. Ishmael's hoping Jackson doesn't score tonight. Well, you know, we're on the other side of that, Ishmael. We're hoping he does. Kane's asked, bench 1, Saliba, Diaz, Estepinian or Chilwell. Oh. Flipping out, that's tough. Maybe Estepinian. West Ham didn't look that bad. Or Saliba. I just feel like you're probably not going to get an attacking output of that. But Fulham at home's a really good fixture. Oh, that's difficult. That is extremely difficult, to be honest. Any transfer suggestions for Archie? I think your team's in a really good place. I think hold your transfer if... Oh, you've got 2 true transfers. Oh dear. Those wires just fell out. If you've got 2 free transfers... this is difficult, to be honest, mate. Because this is like a really strong team. There would be nothing that I'd potentially look to change. Because all the players have got really good fixtures, so you might actually just have to burn a transfer here. Because I genuinely don't know where I would swap someone out for. Have you got any money in the bank? If you have money in the bank. Yeah, Shaw's injured. I think Zinchenko's going to start as well. Gvardiol or Adoji. Probably go Adoji. More chance of an attacking return. Right, we're getting sent some more teams on Twitter. MFFZ, what have you said? 1 free transfer done. Pedro to Jackson. Next week, 2 free transfers. New 2 free transfers. This is a good team. I like this. Gives you 2 free transfers as well for next week, which is always good. A Doji is bench cover. So I think you're fine here. I think you're really good. I like this. This is strong. No issues with that. Not so template FPL. Instead of burning the free transfer, I've sold Turner for Areola for a good goalkeeper fixture in Game Week 4. Fairs, 2 free transfers for Game Week 4. Roast. Mate, this team's good. This team's good. This team's fire. Like, I genuinely don't have any concerns with this team. Like, this is fine. Pinnock is an interesting one. I know a lot of people have gone Henry, but they could easily get, like, a set piece and then it goes that way, to be honest. But I think this team's fine, mate. Absolutely fine. So stuck, Max. Eze, Madison, Henry, Gusto, bench 2 of them. Probably Henry, I'd bench as one of them. And then Eze, probably Eze. I'd go Henry and Eze. They would be the 2 that I benched. What's the Twitter username so I can then send you my team? At FPLTom_. If you go to my kind of profile as well, you will see my YouTube. You can click on there and then there'll be a link to my Twitter in the kind of page there. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe as well. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. But not so template FPL. This team is banging, mate. There's no criticism coming this way. No criticism coming this way. I think this is fine. Absolutely fine. Have anyone else sent me their team? No. No one else has sent me their team. Which is all good. Keep the questions coming in, guys. Absolutely loving the questions coming in. Remember, it is a 6:30 deadline today. 6:30 deadline. Just making sure. 6:30 deadline, so make sure to get your team in. Make sure to keep the questions coming as well. If you do have any questions about your team for Game Week 3. It's an exciting game week as well. A lot of good fixtures this week. Could be a very high scoring week, especially if Haaland slaps as well. Could be an extremely high game week. But yeah, keep those questions coming in, guys. If you want to send me a team, at FPLTom_ on Twitter, we will go and have a run through. Would you say Jota is a good differential? Yeah, he's been slapping, to be honest. Absolutely been slapping. In terms of the fixtures, though, they're not amazing for Liverpool. It's kind of like too bad, too good, too bad, too good. That kind of way. How did you watch that many games, Luke? Jamie's going to send me his team. Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Who should I start? Eze, Henry, or Rashford? Rashford. Nottingham Forest at home. I know he's not looked great, but it's Nottingham Forest at home. You just bank it. The Brentford Palace game is so difficult to call. It could honestly go either way, that one. No worries, Thomas, mate. No worries. I'm hoping for a Jackson ass whooping. It would be good to see. It's what people want to see as well. A Jackson ass whooping. Absolutely love it. No worries. If you do have any questions, like I said, we're going to try and answer as many as possible. So do get them sent in on YouTube and on TikTok if you have any questions about Game Week 3 for your team. But yeah. People watching the game tonight, what are we thinking? What are we thinking for a scoreline for tonight? I'll go through my team kind of predictions for this week. A few more people have sent me their team, and let's go and check them out on Twitter. Might have to. Oh, we don't want to verify ourselves. I'm not giving Elon the money. I'm not giving him the money or the satisfaction. Do you think Jackson will turn up? I hope to God he turns up. I really, really do. Really, really do. Captain Salah or Luis Diaz? Why not captaining Haaland? That's what I want to know. Okay, the next team we're going to look at is this one. Right, take a look at this. Pickford, Estepinian, Saliba, Chilwell, Foden, and Mbeumo, Saka, Rashford, Salah, João Pedro, Haaland. Just a little bit of a weak bench. How much money? 2 free transfers. Pickford to Sanchez or Flecken? Probably Flecken. But this bench might need a little bit of kind of sorting out. Have you got any money left over? I think you should. Looking at your team, I reckon you might have a little bit of money left over. If you don't, let me know. But I'd maybe look to get like a Henry in here rather than replace one of your goalkeepers. I just hate wasting my free transfers on goalkeepers. Yes, I do think Foden is a good choice. The fixtures for the next 5 for Man City look really, really good. So hopefully he can keep himself like playing week in, week out, because that Newcastle game was immense. Keep João Pedro for this week? Yeah, I think he's going to play. I think long term you want to be getting rid of him. This is the last week I would have him. Watkins or Jackson? Jackson has better kind of the next 3 fixtures. So if you think he's going to perform well, then go for him. But obviously Watkins did bag himself a hat-trick in midweek against them. I'm thinking of dropping Rashford this game. Should I or not? I don't know what to do. Depends who you've got in your team. Depends who else is like on your bench available. But I would say I'd avoid doing it. I know he's not looked great. He's obviously not had the best performances. But that fixture is absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. And I feel they have to change something after that Spurs game. So they might move him to the left and play like a Sancho and a false 9. Something like that. Right. Done. Someone else has sent me their team here. Let's take a look at this one. A lot of people with Pickford. My God, there is a lot of people with Pickford. I did not realise this. Keep him for one more game? Yeah. After this week, if he doesn't perform, sell him. Sell him if he doesn't perform. But yeah, there's a lot of people with Pickford. I didn't realise how many people had Pickford. I think Wolves at home is a fine fixture. There has to be a response from Everton. The Goodison faithful will be on their back if they don't kind of put in a really good performance. So yeah, you'd imagine they have to do something like that. Estepinian, Pinnock, Chilwell, Saka and Mbeumo, Martinelli, Diaby, Foden on the bench. Branthwaite, that's a bit of a stinky one. If you've got a transfer available, maybe upgrade Branthwaite to someone. Or Bayer, but probably Branthwaite because he's not playing games. But yeah, get yourself another playing defender on the bench. That's what I'd do with this team. Right. Watkins or Jackson? Probably Jackson over the next 3. But if you have Watkins, I wouldn't be looking to remove him for Jackson. Sterling and Jackson. My dad has Sterling and Jackson in his team, but I wouldn't be recommending it. I feel Sterling has looked okay, but he's not an asset that I'm kind of willing to jump on at the moment unless he shows me something different. Thiago Silva or Visser? Ooh. See, I always like to attack fixtures, so I'd probably go Visser. But I think, Chelsea could easily keep a clean sheet tonight. Visser or Pedro? Oh. Visser. Keep Watkins and Eze or switch to Jackson and Mbeumo. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. Maybe make the switch. I'm going to say make the switch. We'll go balls deep. We're making the switch. Jack, I've seen you sent me your team on Instagram. If you want to send it me on Twitter or whack it in the chat, that is probably a better way, as I don't have Instagram on my computer, so I can't access it. And I'm streaming off my phone on TikTok, so yeah. Yeah, I saw that quote about Arteta as well, saying Jesus is ready. He's had a full week of training. You tweeted at me now. Oh, he's tweeted at me. Where have you tweeted me, Jack? Let's go and have a look. Where have you tweeted me? Where have you tweeted me, Jack? Because I can't see it at the moment. Cannot see it. It hasn't appeared on my Twitter yet. So let me know where you put it. Ake or Gvardiol? Oh my days. That's difficult. And pretty stinky, to be honest. Gvardiol. Sterling a good differential as everyone's got Mbeumo. Yeah, but Mbeumo's getting returns. And he's on penalties for 0.5 million less. So, that's why a lot of people have Mbeumo. Sterling doesn't have that penalty appeal. He looked okay at the weekend in kind of spots. Should I start Jota or Visser? Visser. They're at home. Back Brentford at home. I have Onana, Walker, Estepinian, Thiago, Silva, and Mbeumo, Rashford, Diaby, March, Haaland, and Watkins. I like that. That's a strong team. That is a strong team. Very strong team. I already know Brandfoyt was a mistake, lol, but I have to use my free transfer. Okay. That's fine. That is fine, Jamie, then. No worries, mate. I agree with that point, Luke, as well. I watched the Sheffield United Forest game last week, and I was just like, what am I doing? What am I doing watching this? And then Hamer scored an absolute worldie, and I just switched it off. Just have a bit of water. We're already about halfway through, so you know there's going to be a water break. You know there's going to be a water break already. Keep Pickford in. Yeah, for this week. For this week. I really am against transferring kind of making like a using my free transfers for goalkeepers. I absolutely hate it. Visser or Watkins. That's a toughie. Watkins? That's really tough. Watkins. We're going to go Watkins. We're going to go Watkins. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. It does help the stream tick along. A lot of people are probably in the same kind of dilemmas as you as well. So do keep the questions coming in. It does help the stream tick along. Matoma or Fort and Buemo? Ooh. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week is something to consider for that one. I don't think Matoma's like this week kind of I have to remove him. But in the long term, I would be looking to remove Matoma for like someone like Mbeumo. I doubt Enzo will still be on penalties. Not 100% like confirmed, but I do doubt that he'll be on penalties. Do you think Man City defenders would get more points than Haaland as captain? No. No. I support Mansfield, which is that team back there. They play in League 2. You know, support my local. Well, not my local anymore, but they were my local when I was growing up. Now they're not. But I'm going back this weekend. Stockport at home. We're going to absolutely smash them. We're going up this year. We're going up this year. That does actually remind me. I forgot to mention this. If you are on YouTube, you can now join as a member. I've made it as cheap as possible. 99p. We do have emojis that you can use. You also get special kind of like shout outs. If I see someone becomes a member, you're getting priority over like everybody else. Sorry, that's just the way it's going to go. But there's loads of cool emojis in the kind of YouTube chat that you potentially could use. There's an Akins one, who we spoke about in previous streams. There's a Jeffrey Schlupp, which if you're part of like the Wednesday streams, you know he's an absolute goat. And there is a Paul Dummett one, again, from the Wednesday streams, absolute goat. So if you want to sign up for that, 99p a month, you get some cool emojis. You get like a little badge next to your name. You can help, you know, with stuff. I don't know. If you want to sign up for that, that is there. Second favourite league, except League 2. Probably there's like League 2 is not my favourite league. It's dismal. But I'd probably go Premier League, League 2. And then I really like the Championship. It's just so exciting. Johnson or Edouard in the first 11? I'm guessing you mean Brendan Johnson? And why have you got either of those players, to be honest? Yeah, it is exciting, mate. I'm actually buzzing that we've managed to launch membership. I just wanted to give people like cool emojis. Like the Wednesday streams, we're always chatting about different players. The same kind of jokes keep coming up, and I just want people to have something to send in and just keep stuff ticking along, to be honest. It's really good, really cool. Pickford, Estepinian, Chilwell, Saliba, Akanji. Do I stay 4 at the back? If you could pick 2 of these players for FPL, who would you choose from these 3? And Mbeumo and Saka. Estepinian, Chilwell. Yeah, I think that's a fine back 4. I'm risking Chilwell and Sanchez for the clean sheets. Double Chelsea at the back. I've seen a few people potentially suggest that over on Twitter and YouTube this week, but it's brave. It's brave, but the fixtures are there. I just don't think they've looked as convincing at the back, to be honest. You have both. Oh, my days. Who have Forest got this week? Jeez. Who have Forest got this week? Forest have got Man United away. Oh, I'd definitely be playing Edouard then. Yeah, definitely be playing Edouard there. Gvardiol or Chilwell? Gvardiol or Colwell, sorry. Colwell, 100%. Jack's tweeted me. Right, I will find your teammate. I don't know why it's not appearing here. Which is annoying. Is annoying. Because I would like, you know. It's just not appearing. It's not appearing for some reason, mate. I do apologise. If you want to leave it on this tweet here, if you go to my profile, if you go to this tweet here, Jack, and leave it in the replies here, I should be able to see it, and I'm not 100% sure why I'm not seeing your tweets. It's a bit frustrating, that. A little bit frustrating. What should I do with Salah? I don't have Jackson. Is it worth taking a hit? No, it is not worth taking a hit. Not worth taking a hit. La Liga, Serie A, Championship, Bundesliga, and Liga 1. Nice. I used to work on La Liga at work, and now I work on Serie A. So, it's good stuff. Some good leagues. Exciting this year as well. Serie A. Gabriel Diaz or Watkins, Jackson or both. Have 2 free transfers. I'd do Diaz and Jackson. I'd do Diaz and Jackson, David. Should I take Matoma out? Not this week, but in the long run, you want to kind of have a plan to remove him. Saka, Martinelli, Rashford and Bruno. Really thinking taking Martinelli out from Mbeumo or Matoma. The only thing I'd say with Martinelli is give him this week. Fulham are bottom for XG conceded. And anytime Jesus plays, Martinelli looks so much better. So keep Martinelli for this week. If he has another stinker, then look to move. Should I sell Silva for Mbeumo or Jackson? But I'll lose 4 points. Don't take a minus, but I would move Silva on for Mbeumo. Andy's asked, Pickford, Gvardiol, Chilwell, Estupiñán, Saka, Rashford, Bruno, Matoma, Watkins, Haaland. Any changes? No. No changes. That's a good one. I rate that, Jack. I rate that. He sent it on the post. Right, let's go and have a look at this. Let's go and have a look at this for you, mate. Hopefully it's there. Hopefully. If not, I have no idea what's gone off here. Apparently it's offensive. What have you been doing, Jack? What have you been doing, mate? Right, here's your team, Jack. We're finally here. Onana, Turner, Estupiñán, Chilwell, Saliba, Bayer, Adoji, Matoma, Foden, Salah, Saka, Mbeumo, Haaland, Vissa, and Mbeumo. No free transfers, 0.7 in the bank. That is fine for next week. For this week, sorry. Long term, you probably want to be looking to remove Matoma. And then if Saka has another stinker, maybe him. But yeah, Matoma's probably the one you want to be looking to remove next week. But the rest of the team is super strong, mate. Like that. Like that a lot. Like it a lot. If you do want your team reviewing, go over to my Twitter at FPLTom _ and we will review it on stream. If you're on TikTok as well, we are also live on YouTube. So if you want to come over there where you get to see my team, some cool graphics, I can answer the chat a little bit easier. Might not miss your chat as well. So come over to there. Do subscribe as well. Follow, like, pushes the stream out. All good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All good stuff. Right, we've had loads of questions on the YouTube. Let's try and go through a couple of these. Had to burst my wildcard early due to injuries. I know a lot of people are in that exact same boat, to be honest. There's been so many defensive injuries that I feel a lot of people are starting to hit that wildcard button. Jamie's favourite team is Lazio. Decent little shout, that. Decent little site. Isak or Pedro from Brighton. Are you making a transfer or are you keeping one or the other? Still trust Eze? Yeah, I still trust Eze. The data's good. He scores that penalty or gets that penalty against Arsenal. It's a completely different conversation. The fixtures as well are really good. A lot of like top FPL content creators as well are like still going to keep him. Start Gusto or João Pedro? Probably Gusto. Start Salah or Pedro? Salah. Edison, Walker, Estepinian, Saliba, Chilwell, Mbeumo, Mitoma, March, Saka, Visser. Good team, Thomas. Good team. Captain Haaland, and you're set for a good week. Should I replace Gabriel with Romero or Ped Porro? Their fixtures seem great. I would suggest a Doji, to be honest. Save yourself 0.5. The thing with Ped Porro is he didn't start the first game, so I'm not 100% sure whether or not he's nailed. Did look like he had some defensive frailties as well, which means in bigger games you might see him potentially dropped, which is a little bit of a concern as well, which is not what you want to see from one of your players. But he definitely caught my eye. I just think Adoji's played both games, so I'd go for him. Which transfer would you make? Gabriel to Diaz or Watkins to Jackson? Can make both, but scared not to roll a transfer. Depends what the rest of your team's looking like, David. Yes, I would, Jack, if you can do that without taking a minus. Interesting question, mate. You have to hold one of the 6.5 minutes for the whole season. Who do you pick? Probably someone like Brian Mbeumo, I think would be the one that I'd stick with. Like the whole. If I had to stick with one for the whole season, I would probably stick with Brian Mbeumo. On penalties for now up until January. And Brentford are just a really good team. Have a great record against the top 6 as well. I've captained Chilwell. Is that stupid? Yes. Get it on Haaland. Do not bother this week trying to find a key differential. Go for Haaland. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to the chat. Mbeumo or Adogi, one must start. Mbeumo. Is Isaac a rotation risk? He is. He is. But I just feel they're going to start him in those good fixtures, hopefully. Henry or Adogi? Ooh. I'd probably go Adogi. But both rotate extremely well with each other. But I'd go Adogi. I just think he's got that little bit more upside. And a good fixture this week. And next week. So yeah, I'd go Adogi. Yeah, and Mbeumo would be a worse option. But I just think it's... Brentford, have a really good record against the top 6. Right, let's move on to some stuff. Let's move on to... on TikTok, and you want to come see this beautiful little graphic I've made about potential Luke Shaw replacements, do come over to YouTube at FPL Tom. It's also the kind of pinned thing in my bio as well on TikTok, so if you want to come over, say hi. It's a little bit easier for me to read the chat as well. That would be the place as well. Rest of your team is pretty template, David. What did you ask again? I'd stick with Watkins for this week and go Diaz then, mate. I'd go Diaz. But here is the kind of table that I've put together for the best Luke Shaw replacements. I've come up with 5 players I think you need to be targeting if you do have one of these players. Yes, a -4 is kind of bad. Areola or Leno? Areola this week. Should I take a -4 for Eze? No, do not. What do you use to make these graphics? This is all done on Photoshop. And thank you, Archie, for the compliment. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, mate. Do you think Haaland will play? Yeah, Haaland's going to play. Haaland's going to play. But these, ladies and gentlemen, are the best replacements for Game Week 3 for Luke Shaw. If you do have Luke Shaw, can't believe how highly owned he was. But yeah, a lot of people do have him. So first one is Chilwell. I think with the good fixtures that Chelsea have up until around Game Week 8, Game Week 9, Game Week 10... I think Chilwell is a player that you need to have in your team. Doji is an absolute gem as well at 4.5 million. I've brought him in this week. Absolutely killing it over the first few game weeks. Putting up really good data, as you can see. If you look at his heat map as well, I'll try and get that up at some point in the stream. The positions that this guy's taking up, he randomly just is appearing in the box with this inverted wing-back system that Postecoglou is playing. So I think he is a really good option at 4.5 million. Henry as well has gone up already to 4.6. Brentford have really good fixtures again. Really solid player. Played every single Premier League minute for them last season. So again, a very solid player. Picking up some expected data, as you can see. Probably should have had 2 assists in the first Premier League game. I know a lot of people have been asking about City defenders in both chats as well. And I've gone for Ruben Diaz as my favourite pick. He was absolutely astonishing last season. 5.5 million, only 7.1% owned. And with City's kind of really good long-term fixtures, I think he's a great option if you are looking to kind of convert and keep players at the same price. And then we've gone for Levi Colwell if you can't afford Chilwell. Again, another player who's just randomly picking up really good expected data. Just randomly appearing in the box from corners and different kind of open play situations. So I definitely think if I couldn't afford Chilwell, I'd eye up Colwell. Really like him as a pick. Really like him as a pick. A Wonyi or Jesus? Oh my days. I know Jesus is back, but I still don't think they're just going to chuck him straight in and start him. So I'd probably go Wonyi. Bench Matoma, Estepinian or Colwell? Who are they playing? West Ham? Oh my days. That is tough. Who else have you got in your team, Ollie, for that to be a situation? And I wouldn't be taking advice off no one. He's just put his triple captain Rodri. Jake's left his keys. Hey lad, you're gonna have to come back and get him. I'm not sharing the keys. Shaw and Trent out for a -4. To be honest, Jake, I think I looked at your team earlier. I would potentially be looking to replace like 8 players. So maybe a wild card's not the worst thing in the world. Just restart. I know it's not been a great opening 2 weeks. It might be worth it. I just don't see the point in taking minuses. Yeah. Should I take a -4 out Eze and add in someone else because he's got Brentford? Nah. Eze's fine. Just bench him or play him. He's on penalties as well. Underlying data's looking really good, so I think Eze's a keep. You think game week wildcard? You think wildcard game week 4 is okay? Yeah. If your team desperately needs a wildcard, like. If it needs kind of resetting, if it's not been great, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. One of them needs to sit on the bench. João Pedro or Martinelli? Martinelli. What was your question again, Ollie? Diaz, Chilwell, Colwell, Estepinian, Odegaard. Oh my days, this team is ridiculous. Probably go Colwell because you've already got Chilwell. So go Colwell. You've already got Chilwell. That's who I'd bench. Eze or Morgan Gibbs-White? Eze. Fixtures are better. Who should I start? Saliba or Doji? Saliba. Luke's found the perfect time to wildcard. What have you found, Luke? When are you wildcarding, mate? When are you wildcarding? My team is Areola, Robertson, Pau, Akanji, Caicedo, Ward-Prowse, Rashford, Son, Rodri, Haaland, Watkins. Oh boy. Deadline's at 6:30 as well. Some interesting picks in there. Cash or Henry? Henry. Who is better captain, Saka or Chilwell or Mbeumo? Go for Haaland. Don't bother captaining anyone else. We're gonna ask how many people are captaining other people this week. I'm just gonna grab my laptop so I can make a poll. We can make a poll. Start a poll. There we go. Poll is now live for the best captain, I think. I think it's gone live. I hope it's gone live. I hope it's gone live, guys. I can't see it in the chat, which is annoying. Having just spent some time putting a poll together, but it doesn't look like it wants to work. Let's see if that works. Hang on. Best cap. Okay, it doesn't want to work. It doesn't want to work. We can't have polls. We can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. Start Pedro or Diaby this week. Feel like Pedro plays with Enciso injured. Yeah, I feel he does as well. But Burnley away is not the worst fixture, but he did play midweek, so might see potential minutes risk. Hey, the polls appeared. Nice. Nice. Lovely stuff. We have asked in the YouTube chat, if you're on TikTok and you want to come over to YouTube and ask any questions, it's a little bit easier as well. We have got a poll going. Haaland or Saka captain, which one are you going for? Or other? Other might be an option for you. Might be an option for you. After game week 1, I transferred Foden to Maddison. It hurts. Maddison's fine. Apparently he's been training today and apparently should start according to Postecoglou. So hopefully he starts. I'm going to trust you and we'll see. Yeah, trust me. Haaland captain, mate. All the way. All the way. Yeah, I understand that, to be honest, Archie. It could be one of those painful weeks where you just get absolutely rinsed on the bench and make the wrong decisions, but back yourself. Back yourself. Keep the questions coming in, guys. I feel like I should take Trent out as they have. Yeah, I think Trent frees up a lot of money as well for your team, Jake, in future weeks. That would be the one that I would do. But he's going to play at least this week, whereas Shaw's not. Haaland first half hat-trick. Honestly, he could honestly smash this week. Absolutely smash this week. Everyone's part of the Nicholas Jackson club this week. Jake's gone for him captain, or did on Wednesday. I don't know if that's still the case, Jake. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, I know. It's heavy that, isn't it, Luke? But yeah, apparently Maddison back in training and should start tomorrow's game. I do rate teams, Joel. If you want to go to my YouTube and then go over to my Twitter, at FPLTom_, send me a team and we'll review it. We'll review it on stream. So if you come over to the YouTube, you'll be able to see me actually reviewing it as well, which is great. He's gone for it. He's gone for the Jackson. We absolutely love that from you, mate. Honestly, I love that. Absolutely love that. Love that. Right, let's move on. Let's take a look at my predictions for this week. We're not going to spend too long on this. Probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but we're going to go through my predictions for this week. Chelsea-Luton, I've gone for a 2-1 win. I just feel like Luton's a little bit unknown. They've only played one game so far. Didn't look great. Chelsea haven't looked great either in the opening two, so we've gone for that. Bournemouth-Tottenham. I'm going against Gandhi here. We're going for the 2-1 win for Tottenham over Bournemouth in game week 3. 3-0 win for Arsenal over Fulham. I can just see that being a very strong performance from them. So yeah. Brentford Palace 0-0. I think the last 4 games these two have played each other have been a draw. 2 of those have been 0-0 as well. So I wouldn't expect goals out of that one. Everton Wolves, I've gone 1-1. Really don't know which way to call that. I'm kind of hoping Wolves win though. Just because Jake's put in our kind of last man standing. He's got Everton this week. So we'll take a Wolves win. We'll take your money. Manchester United Forest, I've gone for a 2-1 win for Manchester United. I think they might win, but I don't think Forest are going to make it look comfortable. I've been very impressed with both their performances so far in the league. 3-1 win for Brighton over West Ham. A 2-0 win for Aston Villa over Burnley. A 6-0 win for Manchester United versus Sheffield United. I think they're going to absolutely thump them silly. And then Newcastle, I've gone for a 2-1 Newcastle win over Liverpool. Ballsy, I know. Ballsy, I know. But we'll go for it. We'll go for it. Joel sent me his team on Twitter. Let's go and take a look at that. Let's go and take a look at that. Let's go and take a look at your team, Joel. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Stuff keeps dropping off my desk as well. Right. Joel has asked me to look at his team, so let's get his team up on the stream right now. How confident are you of a 0-0? Mate, honestly, I'm not confident, but I've put it out there. And I know you like previous fixtures kind of correlating. But I'm just saying, they've played each other 4 times in the Premier League. 2 of those have been 0-0. 2 of those have been 0-0. All 4 have been draws. Just put it out there. Just put it out there. Right. This is Joel's team. Onana, Chilwell, Cash, Estepinian, Bruno Fernandes, Mbeumo, Martinelli, Saka, João Pedro, Jackson, Haaland, Eze, Ake on the bench. No way. Put Ake in the team, Joel. Put Ake in the team. Put Ake in over Matty Cash. That's what I'd be doing there, Joel. Ake in over Matty Cash. People asking how you can send the team. If you go over to my YouTube, which will be the pin thing on my TikTok homepage, it'll be the pin thing. Click that. Head over to my Twitter at FPL Tom, and you'll be able to see it live in the kind of stream on YouTube. So it'll be there for you guys, and I will be reviewing it. But yeah, Joel. Yeah, I would start Ake. Sheffield United, mate, over Matty Cash. 100%. 100%. 100%. Some other people have sent me their teams as well. This is ABCD FPL. He's got Onana, Chilwell. Make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. Onana, Chilwell, Estepinian, Pinnock, and Mbeumo, Rashford, Matoma, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Watkins, Haaland captain. He's benched Gabriel. I think this team's fine. This team looks really good for this game week. Longer term, you probably want to be getting rid of Gabriel and Matoma. Those are the two, and Watkins. But, you know, you've got transfers in mind. Yeah. Pretty strong team, but there is stuff that you need to be doing in future game weeks for that. Other people have sent me their teams, apparently. Who sent me their team? Yeah, Pep will start Ake. Why not? And if he doesn't, your other player comes in. Who else has sent me some teams? Jeez, we've got loads of people sending in teams today. Absolutely loads. I haven't looked through this one. So if this is your team, I can't see who's in goal, which always helps. I don't know how you've done this. This is just incredible. Estepinian, Saliba, Chilwell, Diaby, Foden, March, Saka, Mbeumo, Haaland, Jackson. Very template, very standard. March is the key differential there. Absolutely been killing it over the past few game weeks. So I imagine your rank is flying. Top goal scorer as well. Yeah. Like it. Like it a lot. Like it a lot. Start Diaby, Nketiah, or Rico Henry. I wouldn't start any of them. I'd keep it as is. Keep it as is. Especially with Gabriel having a full week of training as well. I would not be starting Nketiah. Even if he starts the game, I think he's going to see limited minutes. I think he's going to see limited minutes. Would you start João Pedro or sell him? I'd start him. I think he's going to start. Scottish Baguette in the chat as well. Yeah, I agree with that point as well, Jamie. It's very rare you see that. Haaland versus Sheffield United and Everton Triple Cup, hopefully a double game week. You'd hope so. That would be absolutely amazing. Robert Sanchez is your goalkeeper. That's not the worst, is it? Especially with the good fixtures. It's whether or not they sign another goalkeeper. Opinions on Nunes to Chelsea. I saw that today on Twitter and I was just laughing. Where do people come up with this stuff, honestly? It's just funny. Absolutely funny. I think if that happens, Jackson's safe. We haven't got to worry about Jackson. If good old Darwin Nunes heads over there. But yeah. What should we have a look at? We've got about an hour till the deadline. We'll start having a scout through Twitter in a bit. Checking for early team news. Because I imagine we will get some for the Chelsea game. Fingers crossed it all goes our way. And that doesn't have to be any like kind of late transfers. Hopefully it's all, smooth sailing, to be honest. Smooth sailing. Sell Jota for Foden and Pedro for Jackson. Got 2 free transfers. I think that's a really good move. I'd be 100% on board with that. Scottish Baguette has tagged me in his team, so we'll go check this one. Guess, yeah, here he is. Areola, Robertson, Powell, Akanji, Caicedo, Ward-Prowse, Rashford, Rodrigo, triple captain. Oh my. Scottish Baguette, you are memeing. Bro. What is this? Estepinian on the bench as well. Oh, this honks. Varane third sub. Please tell me, like, this is a joke team. Get Caicedo out of there ASAP. Put Varane in. Swap Powell for Estupinian and put the triple captain on Haaland. Don't put it on Rodrigo. Oh my days. Banter. Absolute jokes. How's my team looking for this week? Very strong indeed. I'll have a quick read through of it and then we'll start looking at other stuff. Johnson, Estupinian, Adoji, Chilwell, Salah, and Mbeumo, Saka, Eze, Bruno Fernandes, Nicholas Jackson, and Haaland captain. So yeah. Should I take a hit for Mbeumo and Jackson for Rashford and Mbama? No. Do not be taking hits, guys. Not worth it. Unless your team needs like dire surgery and you're absolutely gagging to make those -4s. It's just not worth it. Just not worth it. Giga Chad move. Bro's Adonis. You know when Rodri scores and like honestly, yeah. Honestly, mate, I'm already predicting it. Scottish Baguette is going to be rent-free in my head when Rodri scores an absolute banger this weekend. And he's just wheeling away. But yeah. Bro, if you fancy it, fair play. Fair play. I'll give you kudos on Twitter if that happens. Big up the Mansfield top. Yeah. Going this weekend, Tyler, to watch us play Stockport. Absolutely buzzing. Not been a home game in a long time. Absolute long time as well. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Sign a new player as well. Absolutely banging for Mansfield. Stuff's kicking off. Yeah, boy. Love that from you, Scottish Baguette, mate. Absolute. I rate the balls. I honestly rate the balls. Your balls must be massive. Gabriel or Cash? Cash. Stop playing the Gabriel game. Oh, honestly, mate, Archie's hit it on the head. Last deadline stream, someone came in here with Hamer captain, and I laughed. And then Hamer went and just absolutely broke everybody's dreams. So you know what? It bodes well for Rodri to absolutely go and slap it, to be honest. I hope we go up, Tyler. I really hope we go up. I think we're looking really strong. If you look at the kind of like the underlying data as well, XG, XA, we're absolutely smashing it. We just need to put like chances in the back of the net and not have like everybody injured every week, which would be nice. Cash or Henry? Henry. I've done Sterling for Martinelli. Was that stupid? Yes. Yes. I would have given Martinelli one more week. One more week. Areola over Leno. Yeah, probably. Probably, mate. Probably. Right, what should we take a look at? What did we do last week? Oh, we did this. We did this last week, and it was interesting to see. What team do I support? I support Mansfield Town. Mansfield Town. In League 2. And it's that kit. There. It's really hard to like kind of predict. My prediction for tonight is 2-1 to Chelsea. I've done Rashford to Foden, Stones to Chilwell, and Gabriel to Saliba for a -4. I probably wouldn't have done a -4, to be honest. And Gabriel to Saliba seems kind of like a sideways move. Derby County, irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant club. That's my thoughts on them. Should I take a hit for Mbeumo and Jackson from Rashford and Mbeumo? No, do not take a hit to do that. Right. Currently on the YouTube stream, we are seeing the kind of predicted lineups from Draft Town this week. So, if you want to go check out Draft Town, link to that in the description. Go sign up for there. I think it's like £6 a month if you want to access all these cool features. See predicted lineups, predicted teams, expected points, all that good stuff. If you use that link as well, it does help me out. Arsenal, City winning the league? Not even a question. City. But yeah, let's take a look at some predicted lineups for this game week. Starting off with Arsenal. Draft Town has predicted Ramsdale in goal, a back four of Thomas, White, Saliba and Zinchenko. Very interesting to see. Then they've gone Odegaard, Rice, Havertz, and then a front three of Saka, Martinelli and Nketiah, but have only put 45 minutes on that one. And I kind of agree with that. I don't think Jesus is going to start. I know he's trained all week, but I do think Nketiah will start the game. And then if he's not performing well, we will see the introduction of Gabby Jesus. I don't think they're just going to throw him straight back in and rush him back. Will Manchester United be in the title race? No. No, they will not. No, they will not. Right, moving on to the next club. Aston Villa. Emi Martinez is definitely not playing. He picked up a knock, and I think it was in Emery's presser today. He said that Emi Martinez is not playing. So if you do have Emi Martinez in your team, you want to be looking for a replacement. A back line of Cash, Konza, Pau and Digne. I can see that. Douglas Luiz, Kamara, Bailey, Diaby, McGinn and Watkins. So all the kind of key players that a lot of people have in FPL. But yeah. Moving on to Bournemouth. I don't know if anyone has any Bournemouth players. Neto, Aaron, Ziabi, Sensi. Yeah, I'm not even going to waste anyone's time with Bournemouth. Brentford, Flecken, Hickey, Pinnock, Collins, Henry, Jensen, Norgard, Janelt, Mbuemo, Visser and Sade. Henry or Gabriel? Henry. Moving on to Brighton's predicted team. Steele, Milner, Dunk, Webster, Estepinian, Gross, Gilmore, March, João Pedro, Matoma, and it's got Welbeck here, but Welbeck is not going to play. De Zerbi said in his presser today that Ferguson is going to start this game, so Welbeck won't be playing. Welbeck will not be playing. Burnley, no one has Burnley players. Predicted team for the Chelsea lineup for tonight. Sanchez, Diassi, Thiago Silva, Colwell, Gusto, Caicedo, Enzo, Chilwell, Madueke, Sterling and Nicholas Jackson. That's the predicted team for Chelsea tonight at the current moment of time. We all have a kind of like delve on Twitter at some point, kind of taking a look at any potential rumours that we might see. Hopefully we should get some early team news from Chelsea. Fingers crossed. Crystal Palace lineup: Johnson, Ward, Gahey, Anderson, Mitchell, Decore, Lerma, Ayew, Eze, Schlupp and Edward. Everton: Pickford, Patterson, Keane, Tarkowski, Young, Garner, Decore, Onana, Dobbin and Danjuma. Fulham: Leno, Tete, Diop, Bassi, Robinson, Reed, Andreas, Wilson, Raul, Reed. Liverpool lineup, predicted lineup: Alisson Becker. Trent has recovered from his potential injury that he might have suffered. I saw that from Jurgen Klopp's presser today. Conte, Virgil, Robertson, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Diego Jota, Luis Diaz. A lot of people have been asking about Diego Jota. According to Draft Hound, he is predicted to start for game week three. Yeah, game week 3. Arsenal press conference news. Jesus has trained all week. That is the news. There was also a question about Gabriel. Apparently, he rates him very highly. You think Mbuemo in for Maddison is a bad move? Yes. Maddison has been training yesterday. Should start this week as well. Maddison or Henry? Play Maddison. Thank you for the rose as well. Do keep the gifts, the likes, the comments, the subscribes, the follows, all that good stuff coming in. Massively appreciated by me. Pedro or Gabriel? Pedro. Gabriel, keep or sell? Depends what. If it's for a minus, no. If you don't need to make a transfer for your team, then yes. Manchester City predicted lineup: Edison, Walker, Akanji, Ruben, Gvardiol, Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo, Foden, Julian Alvarez, Grealish and Haaland. Interesting. Manchester United predicted team: Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Dalot, Casemiro, Ericsson, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho and Rashford. Newcastle predicted team: Pope, Trippier, Shaw, Botman, Byrne, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Longstaff, Almiron, Isak and Gordon. Nottingham Forest: Turner, Bolly, Worrell, McKenna, Aurier, Danilo, Mangala, Williams, Johnson, Awonyi, Gibbs-White. Sheffield United I'm not bothering with. Spurs: Vicario, Pedporo, Romero, Van der Veen, Udogie, Sarr, Basuma, Lo Celso, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Son. So interesting that Drafthound doesn't think that Maddison is going to play, but I think he will. Team I support: Mansfield. That one there. League 2. Start Chilwell, Colwell or Gabriel? Colwell. I've done it. FPL over now. Not necessarily, mate. You can pull it back. And then in terms of other teams, West Ham and Wolves, yeah, not too really bothered about either of those two. Let's have a look. Lots of questions coming in the YouTube chat. How many points am I on so far? Good question. I can't actually remember, so I'm now going to have a look. 1 second. We are on 131 points with an overall rank of 608,000 at the current time of streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get why they still play Havertz either. I might bring in Gilmore. Scottish Baguette, you are the biggest troll I've ever seen on FPL, mate. Canate out? Interesting. Where have you seen this, Luke? Should I buy Ruben Diaz or Gvardiol? I'd probably go Ruben Diaz above that. We did sign Aidan Flint, and it was banging. Aidan Flint is actually quality. He should not be playing in League 2. You can already see he's just like a quality above. He's going to score so many set-piece goals for us this season. It's absolutely buzzing to have him. Salah, keep or sell. Depends what other issues you might have in your squad. If you don't have any other issues, I definitely think he's worth selling for Foden. Just putting that out there. But yeah, do keep the questions coming in, guys. Any questions you have about your team or you want your team reviewing on Twitter at FPLTom, and we will try and help you. Trossard's the one you want to be getting rid of then, mate. Trossard. Oh, and Stones. Jesus. Yeah. As long as you've got a play in like back 3, back 4, you should be fine for this week. But Trossard and Stones are the one I would be looking to get rid of. Onana, Estepinian, Saka, Rashford and Buemo, Matoma, Bruno, Haaland, Watkins. Rate my team 1 to 10. Solid 8 out of 10 to be honest, mate. Long term, probably either one of Rashford or Matoma out next week, or Watkins, depending who doesn't perform. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Very solid team. I'm doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. How do you have 3 transfers? You can only make 2. We're already running low on water. So I definitely think there might be a water break at some point. 55 minutes till the deadline, guys. Ugh. Make sure you get any of your questions in, as I forgot how to speak. Pick 3, Watkins, Matoma, and Buemo and Diaby. Watkins and Buemo and Matoma. Who should I bench out of these 3? Saliba, Rashford, Matoma, Chilwell. Probably going to be the last week you play Chilwell. Oh, that's difficult. Jacob, who else is in your team for that to be a situation? Who else is in that? Like, that might even be worth a bench boost if that's, like, you know, one of them's got to go. Let me know your team, Jacob, and we'll try and help you out. Oh, you play the Sun Dream team. See, I don't know the rules for that. Scottish Baguette's got his team sorted. I can't wait to see this. It's going to be an absolute joke. Just brought in Ruben Diaz for sure. I regret it already. Nah, you shouldn't regret it. Thomas has asked March or Matoma. March has looked the better of the two, to be honest, but I wouldn't be looking to bring in either of them with the fixtures. Harry, yes, I do support Mansfield Town. Going to the game tomorrow. Absolutely buzzing. European football in midweek. So yeah, that is the only reason I would bench DRB. I don't think he's going to quite see a full 90 out. Decent, Harry. Love that. Hopefully we can get a good win against Stockport. I've not been to a home game in like 2 years. It's been a while. Do you think Trent will play? Yeah, Klopp said he's fine, so he should play. I got 41 points last week. Ward-Prowse carried. I was absolutely getting slandered for that in my group chat. A lot of people were going, oh, you think Ward-Prowse is a good pick? And I was like, no, Ward-Prowse is not a good pick. And then he went and got 2 assists. So yeah, subscribe if you want more kind of insightful information like that. Do you think Diaz will start? Yes. Would you keep Trent? Depends. If you've got other issues in your team to kind of deal with, then yes. But if you don't, there's a lot of room to downgrade and free up a lot of money. No worries, buddy. No worries. If anyone does have any questions, I do try to answer as many as I possibly can on these deadline streams. It is good fun. Dylan's asked, do I start Rodri or Isak? Who have Newcastle got? Liverpool. At home. Probably Rodri. Why have you got Rodri is the next question. Not a good FPL pick. Unless he's Scottish Baguette, then he's going to be a great pick. He's triple captained him this week. Absolute jokers. Absolute jokers, to be honest. Kicking about in these streams today. I have to bench one of these 8. One of these 8. Saka, Rashford, Bruno and Bomo, Watkins, Jackson. I have no idea. Also start Udogie or Pinnock. Bench Pinnock. Bench Pinnock. That is the one I'd be benching out of that lot. Pick one to bench. Isak. Bench Isak. Bench Isak. Right. Let's go and have a scroll on Twitter, to be honest. Because we need to see if there's been any kind of early team news kicking about. Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a scroll. See if there's been any kind of breaking team news. Any kind of team news coming about. Let's have a look through the pressers as well if you haven't seen them today. George Baldock is back in training if anyone owns him. 4 million defender. Yeah, I get that, Dylan. He always at least plays, I guess, for City, so that is the one thing. Who should I bring in for my draft? I need to see who's possible for your draft. Emi Martinez did not train today and will be assessed tomorrow, so I doubt he'll play on Sunday. So if you do have Emi Martinez, I don't think he's going to be a long-term absence looking at this, but might be one to consider if you kind of don't have a backup goalkeeper for this week. Potential injury there. Obviously, Luke Shaw is out as well. Looks like for some considerable time as well. Evan Ferguson is playing tomorrow. And Ciso is out for a long period of time. I don't think he's necessarily going to be the penalty taker, to be honest. Eduardo. Oh. Ake or Trippier? Trippier? I just think he's definitely going to play the 90 minutes. I know the fixture's really good for Ake, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, the James Maddison news. This is the quote from Ange Postecoglou today. Madders trained today unrestricted. We'll see how he holds up, but at the moment, he will be available. So big news there for anyone looking to potentially bring in James Maddison or sell James Maddison. But yeah, some big news there. See what's kicking off in the YouTube chat. I've seen there's loads of comments flying in at the moment. So let's have a read through these. Why you're doubting my triple captain, Rodri. Mate, if it works, Scottish Baguette, you are a genius. You are a genius, pal. Should I sell Salah for Foden? I would. Salah doesn't look the same asset. He doesn't look the same asset. Fixtures aren't great in the long run. This next 5 fixtures for City as well are delicious. If you think Foden's going to play a majority of them and potentially get attacking returns, then go for it. Yeah, Jacob, let's have a look at your team. Onana, Turner, Estupiñán, Martinelli, Saka, Rashford, Mitoma and Buemo plus Vissa Pedro, 1.9. I need to bench 3 players this week. Bench Pau Torres. Maybe Pedro in case he's dropped again. And then maybe Estupiñán. West Ham's not the easiest fixture. But that's difficult. I honestly think it might be worth you playing a bench boost. That team is ridiculously strong for this week. It's all kicking off in the chat here over on YouTube. Scottish Baguette is going to ask his crush out if Rodri scores. I need to see a screenshot of this, mate. I need to see a screenshot of this. Up the Stags. Get in. Absolutely love it. I think João Pedro starts. I think João Pedro will start. Yeah. Would you bench boost on Turner, Maddison, Udogie and Saliba? Yes. Yes, I would bench boost on that. That is very good. Not really. There's not going to be too many double game weeks this week. And when your team is as strong as that, with the fixtures being as good as that, why not? I feel a lot of people kind of second wildcard kind of tailor their benches to that point. But sometimes I think it's just worth it, especially if it is. Maddison is fit. Yep. Welbeck benched, I presume yes, because apparently Evan Ferguson's going to play tomorrow, and that's kind of where they've been playing. João Pedro's been playing in the 10 role, so I do imagine that Welbeck will be benched tomorrow. Nah, you can't go back now, Scottish Baguette, mate. It's in the chat. You've said it now. You said it now. You can't go back and say it's Caicedo. I'm fully hoping for it. Yes, I would downgrade Salah to Foden. Watch Salah go and score now. Watch Salah go and score. But yeah, I think the fixtures are better over the next 5, and I don't think Salah's quite the same asset. And with him missing that penalty, surely there has to be question marks about whether or not he's on the next one. With McAllister as well being in that team. What's my overall rank? 608,000 at the moment. At the moment. But yeah. Right, let's have a scroll round on Twitter. See what is kicking off, if anything. See if there's any kind of early team news kicking about. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Not seeing any early team news. If you do have any early team news, do get it in either chat. And we will go check out the kind of credibility of your source. But yeah, we are approaching the deadline. 45 minutes till the deadline. I won't be sticking around to answer kind of questions after the deadline, as I do have to shoot today. So make sure you get them in all before, the deadline finishes. The deadline does finish. Gusto or Nketiah? Gusto. Should I start a Doji over Estepinian and start João Pedro over Madders? I'd probably start Estepinian. They're at home would be my only thing. And then Madders, I do worry about how long he's potentially going to play. Watkins to Jackson for a -4? No. Do not do that. Do not do that. Some more questions coming in. Bench João Pedro or Eze? Probably Eze. What's my reason for keeping Salah? I had to make my 2 transfers. So I had João Pedro and I was fed up of him and wanted him out. And I had Gabriel in very same situation. I think my plan always was to go to Jackson as well in game week 3, so I've kind of stuck to that. That's the way that I've gone for that. So kind of because of benchings and me wanting players that play every week, that is the only reason Salah is still here. Otherwise, he would have been swapped for Foden. I'd have jumped on a little bit of pep roulette. I know we're not meant to. I know it's a little bit naughty, but I would have. Rashford and Pedro or Jackson and Sterling? Jackson and... Rashford and Pedro. Start Gusto or João Pedro? Gusto. Honestly, I completely agree with your point there, Jamie. I think this year everyone's going to have money in the bank because there is no kind of other main premium asset. Salah's not the same player he was. Son doesn't look the same player either. KDB's injured. Kane's left. This is why I didn't want Kane to leave the Premier League, because it would make fantasy a little bit easier. I think if Kane was still here, it would make things so much more difficult. Good point, Jacob. Good point. Who would the goalkeeper you'd want to bring in be? Who would you want it to be honest? That would be the question. But I don't think Turner against United's the worst. If you want to come see my team, come over to YouTube. It'll be on there. FPL Tom, link in the kind of bio of Twitter. Who do I support? Mansfield Town. Start Gusto or Trent this week? Gusto. Any news on Emi Martinez? Apparently he didn't train today and might miss the game tomorrow. That is the quote from... What's the guy's name? Emery. That's the quote. So make sure that you have a backup goalkeeper ready. But I think he might play. But he didn't train today. Bench Eze, Akanji, Estepinian or Saliba? Eze. Bench Eze. Who do you reckon most likely to get a clean sheet this week? Probably. You'd imagine Chelsea. You'd imagine Sheffield United. Let me just go and have a look at that. Who are the odds for clean sheets this week? Very good question. chance of a clean sheet. Let's make sure you guys can see this. 110. Switch over to this one. Yeah, you can see this. So this is the highest chances of a clean sheet this week. Again, we're using Draft Hound. Highest is Manchester City with a 62% chance of a clean sheet. Then Arsenal and Chelsea joint second with 55. United in third with 50. And then it's a big drop off to Brentford in 38. Then Brighton with 36. Everton with 36. Aston Villa with 33. And then Tottenham all the way down here in 29. Oof. It's a big drop. Big drop, that. Huge. Didn't mean to zoom in that much. But yeah. Is it worth taking 4 points to get Jackson in for João Pedro? No. Because if you're doing that, basically what you're planning on doing there is you are hoping that Jackson scores more than 2 goals. Pretty much. Because you have to make back those... Like, him playing is only going to, like, make... Him playing and scoring, sorry, is going to get you 6. So you've only gained, essence, 2 points. It's not worth it. Start Pedro or Gabriel? Pedro. Start Pedro. We are like bottom of this water as well, and my throat is killing. We're going to have to get another glass of water in a minute. But don't worry, you get to see my sexy ass as I leave the door. McGinn or Casemiro? Jesus. McGinn. Play Estupinian or Cash? Estupinian. Hi Tom, would you start Matty Cash, Diaz or Gabriel? Diaz. Will Gabriel start? You'd hope so, but according to Draft Town, no. Play Estupinian or Cash? Estupinian. Estupinian. So who was the clean sheet highest? It was City. City were the highest. Gabriel or Botman? Probably go Gabriel. Watkins or Jackson? Depends. Are you transferring one in and one out? Because I'd just keep with I'd keep with Watkins for this week. I'd keep for Watkins for this week. Enzo or Henry? Henry. Especially with Enzo not being on penalties now. Or more than likely not on penalties. But it's difficult to say. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. If you're on TikTok as well, we are streaming on YouTube. If you want to come check that out. We're nearly at 2k subs. We're approaching that. So it'd be great if we could hit that in the next few weeks. Big milestone. Is Maddison playing Bournemouth? He did train today. So hopefully so. But we'll wait and see on that one. Right, I'm going to get a drink while it's quiet. And then we'll head into kind of the last 30-35 minutes before the deadline. Make sure you keep your questions coming in, guys. While I do go and get a drink of water. I will be back in a second. We're back, baby. Sorry about that. Had to go and refill the water before my throat absolutely collapsed. But yeah, you got to see my sexy ass. Eze and Ketia or Henry? Henry. Pedpora, I don't know about his minutes, to be honest. Like, it's a bit of a risk with him not playing in game week 1. I thought Emerson Royale was going to keep his place. I thought he looked fine. He scored the goal as well against Brentford, but it's one of them. Visser or March? Long-term Visser. Chilwell, Adoji or Saliba? Chilwell. Everyone spam something. Cheers, Luke. Second highest for clean sheets this week was Arsenal and Chelsea. Both on 55%. Both on 55%. Keep the questions coming in, guys. As we are approaching the final 35 minutes before the deadline. Should I transfer in game? What an absolute joker. I put Walker in, that a bad choice? Yeah. I think he'll play, but I think long term it's going to cause you more pain than kind of gain. Yeah. People asking about the top. It's Venezia. It's like a Venezia training top thing. Picked up off Whatnot. If you don't use Whatnot, what are you doing? Whatnot is honestly amazing. Like, it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, it's great. Great little app for picking up football shirts. Diaby or Pedro? Oh. Pedro, they're at home. Tough one. Tough one, that. Tough one. You watching the game tonight? Yeah. I'm going to drive back home after the stream, and then I'm going to watch the game. So hopefully Jackson and Chilwell absolutely slap it. MVDV. Who is MVDV? I'm trying to work it out in my head. MVDV. Or Romero. So I go Turner to Sanchez and bench boost and spend -4. Or I don't bench boost and I bench one more of my players. Is it worth the gamble? Is it worth? They are expected second to keep a clean sheet. Over 50% odds for them to keep a clean sheet. Just putting that out there. I think it's worth going for. I think that's a great shout. Bench boosting this week. That bench is ridiculously strong as well. It's just one of them. If you feel like you want to do it a little bit later maybe and don't take the minus, I fully understand that. Yeah, Venezia makes some incredible garms. Like, it's ridiculous some of the tops they have. Ah, Mickey. I'd prefer a Doji. Just feel you've got more potential for attacking returns out of them. Cunha, good shout. Nope. Triple captain Haaland, I think, is definitely something that you potentially could look at this week. Sheffield United have looked miserable over the opening two. Chilwell benched. Eyes emoji. Where are we seeing this? Where are we seeing this? Because that changes everything. That changes everything. Where are you seeing Chilwell benched? Where are you seeing Chilwell benched? Because so far, there is nothing on Twitter. So where are you seeing this? Because it seems like bullshit. Certainly smelling of it. I wouldn't be looking to bring in March. The fixtures aren't great long term. If you have him, it's a hold. But if you don't have him... But yeah. I think that Chilwell thing's BS at the moment. Until we hear otherwise. Unless someone can find me a credible source where we're hearing this. That Ben Chilwell is benched. But at the moment, I'm calling BS. And Mbeumo, March, Watkins... Oh, that's difficult. Probably... Mbeumo and Watkins. When is the best time to triple captain and bench boost? Usually around a really good double game week. But I feel like if, you know, I've seen it before where people kind of go for these early weeks where Haaland's playing a lesser team. Then it's definitely an option. My overall rank at the moment, 608,000. Yeah, send it me on Twitter. Send it me on Twitter, at FPL_Tom_. Chilwell or Henry? Chilwell. But we are still waiting to find out the news. I think that guy was just chatting. Captain Jackson too risky? Yeah. Don't be going for Jackson captain. Stick with Haaland. Stick with the pack. Later on we can go for our differentials. Eze or Visser? Back the home team, I guess. Go Visser. Difficult one though to call that. With Eze you get penalties as well. But I'd probably say Brentford are looking a little bit more sharper going forward. Visser or Jackson? Jackson. Any of the latest team news? Not yet. Not yet, Archie. Someone in the TikTok chat said Chilwell was benched, but there's been no kind of source for that. Harry McCurdy is the source. Smells like BS. Smells like BS. Will Gabriel start? According to Draft Town, no. And I think I probably agree with that point. Adoji or João Pedro? João Pedro. Sanchez, Chilwell, Walker, Estepinian, Rashford, Saka, and Mbeumo, Foden, Mitoma, Jackson, Haaland. Strong team, that. I like it. 2 mil in the world. Bench boost for Henry, Turner, Bruno, and Gusto. Yeah, I think that's an acceptable bench boost. Bench 1, Salah, Vissa, Enzo, thoughts. Enzo. Bench Enzo. He's not. I don't think he's going to be on penalties. But I definitely think that bench boost is an option. Chilwell start, someone said in the YouTube chat. Where have you seen this? Where have you seen this? We need reliable sources. Is still in a shout? Probably not. People saying Nicholas Jackson starting. We need some reliable sources. Who's got the reliable sources for these leaks? Bench boost, Turner, Henry, Vissa, Gabriel. It's an option. It's an option. If Gabriel wasn't there, I'd definitely say yes, but yeah. Where are we seeing these kind of shouts for the... here we go. Lazy FPL, who has been reliable in the past, has said that Nicholas Jackson is starting tonight. So Nicholas Jackson is starting tonight, which is what we want to see. The Jackson gang. No suspicious leaks from the YouTube chat. Dub. But yeah, Chilwell starts as well, also coming from Lazy FPL. Suspect ad underneath as well. So that's both Chilwell and Jackson starting tonight. I do think so. Which two to start from? Richarlison, Rico Henry and Saliba? Rico Henry and Saliba. Richarlison looks like the game's just passing him by. I haven't checked him yet, actually, Archie. That's a good point. That is a good point. Team news and ticks. Adoji or Ruben Diaz? Adoji. Saliba over Gabriel? Yep. Up the Stags. Come on. Big win for tomorrow. Should I bring in Pedro for Mitoma? No. Wildcard activated. Boom. What are you doing with it? Team News and Tricks hasn't tweeted anything yet. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see, guys. We're still waiting for Caicedo's Scottish Forget. We're still waiting to see if he's playing. But so far we've had Jackson and Chilwell confirm that they're both starting for tonight's game. So whoever was in the TikTok chat spewing just nonsense, get out. Get out of here. But yeah, Jackson and Chilwell both starting tonight. So that's good news. Confirmed by Lazy FPL over on Twitter. Probably should go follow him. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't. Let's go give him a follow. But yeah, Chilwell and Jackson starting tonight. So yeah, getting some early team news in. Hopefully we can get a full kind of confirmed lineup. Should I start Eze or Vissa? I think this is arguably one of the hardest debates for this week. Eze or Vissa, because Eze, you get the penalties, but they are away from home. And then Brentford have looked amazing, accumulating 4 XG against Fulham, absolutely battering them. So I'd probably go Vissa, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Eze absolutely turn it on as well. Archie's bench boosting. Absolutely love that from you. He's going to kill it. Is it worth lowering Richarlison to Mbeumo? I think so. I don't think Richarlison's impressed. And it looks like, I reckon they're probably going to buy another forward before the window kind of closes. Alvarez or Jackson for Pedro? I think I'd go Jackson. But I also like Alvarez as an option. I just think then you're at least playing Pep Roulette. And that's always a risky game to be playing. Especially with Bernardo Silva back in. Forest United prediction? I had 2-1 United. I think Forest will make it an interesting game. I think they'll look pretty decent over the few weeks. Opening few weeks, sorry. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. 25 minutes until the deadline. If you have just joined us as well, we have had confirmed news that Chilwell and Jackson are playing courtesy of Lazy FPL. Would it be worth a bench boost? Gabriel, Eze on the bench, Turner and Baldock? Probably not. Probably not. I think there's too many ifs and buts in that bench boost. Estepinian, Chilwell, Adoji, Henry. Bench 1, Adoji. Bench Adoji. Ooh. I like that. I like that as a potential pick. Yeah, I get why you're doubting Chelsea in the double up. But he's quite expensive at 5 million, so it kind of hinders you for future game weeks going forward. That is my only concern with that. And they're only predicted 29% to get a clean sheet. Should I swap Eze in for Robbo? Currently I have Alisson, Robbo and Trent in my defence. Jeez, that's stinky. That is stinky. You probably unless you've got 2 free transfers, I wouldn't be looking to make a minus. But yeah, that's honky. That is honky. Should Rico Henry start over Saliba, Estepinian, Chilwell? No. No is my answer to that one. No is my answer. See if Team News and Tricks has tweeted anything. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Lazy FPL, any more updates from him? Nope. No more updates from any of these guys. Do keep the questions coming in as we do approach the deadline. I'm not sticking around for this kind of post-deadline questions this week. So if you do have any questions, do get them in while we're still here, while the deadline is still looming. Which one for Gabriel? Chilwell, Saliba or Pedro? Chilwell would be my number 1 priority for that. Chilwell would be my number 1 priority for that. We do have on YouTube right now a little graph I made as the best Luke Shaw replacements. This also fits for anybody potentially looking at going for Gabriel replacements as well. These are my kind of top pick defenders. He does have nice upcoming games, but I don't think you should be spending... Who was your other goalkeeper, Jacob? I can't remember off the top of my head. I've looked at a lot of teams today, but yeah. Yeah, honestly, I reckon Rodri's going to absolutely slap a couple goals in this weekend. French Baguette or Scottish Baguette is in this chat, and he's got him triple captain for this week. I don't have Discord, mate. I don't have Discord. As a really, really loud motorcycle just drives past. Thank you for that one. Who does everyone have in goal? I've got Johnson, but I won't be recommending him this week either. Adoji or Gabriel? Adoji. That would be the one I'd be going for. On screen right now, guys, is the best replacements for Gabriel and Luke Shaw, if you are interested. These are the top 5 players I would be recommending. So Chilwell, Adoji, Henry, Ruben Diaz and Colwell. And Ketia or Jesus? Oh. I don't think Jesus starts, but I wouldn't be recommending going for either of them this week. Onana's a good shout. Onana's a good shout. Yeah. Honestly, look at the data that Chilwell is putting up. It's ridiculous, considering he played like 60 minutes against West Ham as well. Oh mate, I'm in the exact same boat. I've Mbeumo. and I don't really know what to do with Johnson. It's one of them, innit? It's a sticky position. I always knew I was going to get into this position in Game Week 3, but yeah. What striker should I go for? Neither of them. Neither of them. Not if you can help it. Yeah, Watkins is a shout. But again, long term, probably not. Probably not. I'd be looking to go Jackson for 3 weeks, see how he gets in. Should I swap Stones and Martinez for Chilwell and Digne? Not Digne. Avoid Digne like the plague. That man is a curse. He's an FPL troll. They've also got Moreno potentially coming back from injury in the next few weeks, and he was fantastic back end of last season. In terms of strikers in my team that I have two. I have Jackson and Haaland. Decent little score there. 71 from a wildcard. Buzzing. Should I take a -4 for sure to Chilwell? Otherwise, I have a Luton defender. Yes. We're going to go, yeah. I'll allow a -4 there. Avoid Digne. Fully on board with that. Keep away from Digne. Keep away from Digne. Start Visser or Jackson. Jackson. Eze to Mbeumo or roll, Peter, roll. Jacob has a plan for his bench boost. What's the thought process, Jacob? Let us know. I'd be interested to see how this bench boost goes if you do go ahead with it. Follow me on Twitter and then drop me a message. Yeah, Emi Martinez apparently didn't train today, so he might not make the game on Sunday. So make sure that you have a backup goalkeeper ready if that is the case, but doesn't look anything serious. What's the news on Maddison? He trained as well. He actually trained today, and it looks like he is potentially going to play tomorrow. I'd say there's a high probability that he's going to play tomorrow. Barkley's scoring tonight for Luton. 100%. No worries, Peter. Change Turner to Edison. Nice. All right, I can get on board with that. If that's going to be the bench boost, mate, I think that is a very strong bench boost. Start Maddison or Gabriel? I'd go Maddison. I think the comments from Ange were very positive towards him potentially playing tomorrow. So I'd start Maddison. Oh, he's not bench boosting. He's not bench boosting. Boo. Come on, Jacob. Live a little. Live a little. I got Pope on my bench, so not sure, but I think Martinez will start. Okay, that's quite a lot of money you have spent on 2 goalkeepers, though. So maybe that's something to consider if you've got a free transfer 1 week or on your next wildcard. You don't need 2 expensive goalkeepers, just one or the other. One or the other. Deadline is fast approaching, guys. If you have any questions, do get them in. Where do I get team news from? Mainly on Twitter. Lazy FPL, team news and tricks. FPL Raptors, another good one to go follow. These guys have all got the early team news. So far, Chilwell and Jackson starts. That's all we know. Let's have a look at news and tricks. Nothing from news and tricks. Let's have a general little scout around on Twitter. Yeah, pretty much Chilwell and Jackson start is the only one we've got. Going and Mbeumo captain risky. Yeah, that's big risky. Huge risky. Saliba starting? I'd imagine so, yeah. I saw a really good Venn diagram today, kind of explaining the positioning that the Arsenal backline has had and why Gabriel's not been playing. It's kind of like a free at the back when they're in safe possession, and Saliba just sits, and the other 2 kind of players sit kind of out wide. Is Haaland the best captain option? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Doesn't look like I can see any other kind of team news kicking around on Twitter. So far, all we've got is Chilwell and Jackson starting, confirmed. But yeah. Fast approaching the deadline, guys. About 15 minutes, so do make sure your team is locked in. Is top 320,000 good for FPL? Yes. Yes, Archie. And absolutely love that from you, Jacob. Kudos, mate. Big balls on you, Sunshine. Going for the bench boost. I hope it pays off massively. Keep the questions coming in. Saka or Haaland captain? Interestingly, Saka is the second kind of expected highest point scorer this week. Fulham as well have conceded the most opportunities and highest XG conceded in the league. So he does offer a little bit, but his just date has not been there. So I'd probably say stick with Haaland. Is Alvarez a better replacement for Pedro? Better than who? He is a good replacement, but better than who? Will Maddison start? It does look that way. I would be considering selling Salah. I don't think he's the same asset that he was a few years ago. I think the City fixtures look appetising. It's whether or not you want to play Pep Roulette. But other than that, who are you going to sell him to? I think unless you're going for Foden, no one else has kind of blown me away. Jacob, what a goat. What an absolute goat. If you're following me on Twitter, mate, send me a message later and we'll chat. We'll chat about that bench boost. It's going to go well this week. Yeah. What other midfielders are you going for? About 15 minutes till the deadline, guys, so make sure you're getting your teams submitted. Any final questions as well? But yeah. Pedro to Jackson or Richarlison, Gabriel to Guardiola, watching from South Africa, sorry. Love that. We're on the old international stage here. Pedro to Jackson would be the one. And Gabriel to Guardiola. But if you've only got 2 free transfers, don't be taking minuses to do that. Have I got a plan when I'm going to use my wildcard? I think I've been looking at game week 9. Just after the international break. That's kind of when we'll do it. What do you think of Eminem? He's alright. Not my favourite rapper, but he makes some good songs. It's alright. Hey Jacob, I honestly hope it goes extremely well for you, mate. I hope it goes. When should I use my triple captain? I don't think this week... I don't think this week's too bad of an option. But usually I'd suggest when there is a double game week and players like Haaland, Saka, when these bigger kind of players who are in form do have it, that is the best time to go for it. Start Pedro or Gusto? Gusto? Maybe? Gusto. Start 2. Pedro, Saliba, Estupinian. I'm guessing you mean João Pedro, so Saliba and Estupinian. I've already used my free hit, bench boost and wildcard. Oh dear. Well, could be long for you. Pedro or Nketiah? Pedro. Jesus has had a full week in training. So yeah. No Colwell news yet. Sterling apparently is starting as well. So people that do have Sterling. Anyone that's potentially thinking of going for Sterling as well. Sterling, Jackson and Chilwell are the ones that are starting this week. Pedro to Jackson for a -4. Not worth it. Not worth the minus. Jacob on the same page as me about the wild card. Absolutely love it. It's been another good stream, guys. Been another good stream. Keep the questions coming in. It's been some fun. We've only got one more Friday deadline stream next week. I will be doing one then as well. On TikTok and on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure about Harvey Barnes, to be honest. I definitely think Isak's going to be on there. Salah 100% with their good fixtures. Maybe even Diaz if Salah isn't cooking. Visser or Pedro? Visser or Adoji? I'd probably start Visser. How solid's Foden as an option? I think he's good because he looked exceptional against Newcastle. But obviously with Bernardo Silva and Doku now signing, I do think that does offer quite a lot of competition. So I think it's whether or not you fancy your chances playing Pep Roulette. Personally, I don't like playing it. I've been burnt too many times. News on Maddison. It looks like he's going to be fit for tomorrow's game. Is Chilwell a good captaincy punt? No, not when Haaland's got Sheffield United. Was thinking Foden in, Rashford out, and Jackson in, Watkins out. I'd just hold, Jamie. I'd just hold for this week. Nottingham Forest isn't a bad fixture. Burnley away isn't a bad fixture. Next week, then I'd probably make my mind up if both players don't perform well. I also like a Friday night game, but I can't keep booking enough time off work, to be honest, to do these streams. Otherwise, I'd be all for it. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I think this is the good thing about this Newcastle run. We can kind of see which players we want to have in over the next few weeks. I'd hold both. I'd hold both, Jamie. I wouldn't go for either unless you were absolutely desperate. Yeah. For this week. Burnley and Nottingham Forest are not bad fixtures. They are not bad fixtures. Holding Eze for one more week. If he doesn't return, he's gone. What are Palace's fixtures like? Kind of longer term. They got Wolves next week, though. So you'd arguably want to play him in that one. And then Fulham at home in a couple game weeks' time as well. Watkins or Jackson? Jackson. You don't have to get Foden in. You don't have to get Foden in. Obviously, playing Pep Roulette. Bernardo Silva's back in training. Doku's just signed, so there's going to be a lot more competition. Fair point that, Jacob, as well, about Rico Lewis. 10 minutes till the deadline, guys. Make sure you're getting your team submitted. Any final questions or dilemmas as well, do get your questions in. I don't have a league code. Don't have a league code, unfortunately. I just didn't think we needed one. Should I triple captain Haaland? I'm not against the idea. Sheffield United away is a banging fixture. I would. There's not going to be as many doubles this year as well, sorry. Start Pedro or Gusto? Gusto. Diassi or Henry? Diassi. In terms of early team news, Chilwell and Jackson both starting. Sterling starting as well. This is all coming from Lazy FPL. Just having a look if we've got any other kind of early team news. Doesn't look like we've got any other early team news coming in at the moment, guys. Do keep your questions flying through the door. Would you do Salah and Pedro to Foden and Jackson, or Pedro to Visser or Salah to Foden on its own? Yeah, I think Salah to Foden is fine on its own. And I'd probably do Pedro to Jackson if I was going to do that. Would you start a Doji or Henry? I think Brentford have the higher probability of clean sheets, so I'd probably go Henry. I hope Jackson hauls tonight. Got him in the team. Brought him in. Hopefully he can reward the people who haven't gone for him. But yeah, keep the questions coming in, guys. 8 minutes until the deadline. Any final dilemmas that are potentially going through your mind about your team, do get them in. Gabriel to Chilwell with making a transfer last week. Nice. Would you go Jackson or Visser? Jackson. This is the second glass of water we've gone through. Absolutely smashing through water today. I'm not ignoring you, bro. If I don't see the questions, it's quite hard to read sometimes. Probably Edison, you know. I'll go Edison for that one. It is true. It is true, Jacob. Will he score? It's a Chelsea striker, isn't it? Absolutely jokes. Absolutely jokes. Let's go and have one kind of final scout around on Twitter. Make sure we're not missing any kind of early team news that is coming in. So far, we've got Sterling, Chilwell and Jackson all confirmed to be playing tonight. But yeah, No news on Colwell. No news on Colwell. Bro, I ain't ignoring you. I ain't ignoring you. Ask the question. Whatever your question is, ask it and I'll try and read it. If I don't, there's 2 chats going off. It is quite hard to read 2 chats. And if you're going to spit your dummy out and cry a little bit, maybe just leave. No one cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nice one, Jacob. Nice one. Thank you for being an absolute MVP of the stream today. Hope the bench boost goes well. If you want to ask any questions about your team or get help like Jacob, answer. Just, ask the questions. DRB Visser for this week. I'd probably go Visser. DRB played European football in the week, so I imagine he's probably going to see about 60 minutes. Visser's looked really good. I would say no. Not worth taking a -4 for Jackson for Watkins. Not this week. Is Labour's playing for Luton? Who? Who's Labour's? And it sounds like there's about 18 police cars outside. I am sorry if you can hear this on either mic, but there's so many police cars coming past the house right now. Jesus. So many. Absolutely things. Luke's back in the stream as well. He's back from the shop. What did you go pick up, mate? What did you go pick up? 5 minutes till the deadline as well, guys. Like I said, we've had confirmation that Chilwell and Jackson and Sterling are all playing. Thoughts on Luca Digne? I would avoid. He is a big troll. Moreno's going to be back for, I think, just after the international break. So he's going to offer competition, European football as well. So I would avoid Digne. Sanchez or Flecken? Flecken. Looks like Chelsea are potentially going to sign another goalkeeper to kind of rival Sanchez. And I've not been convinced by the defensive displays. I think Flecken's just a solid pick, as are Brentford. They've got a really good record against the top 6 as well. So if you haven't got a benchable kind of rotating goalkeeper, always an option. Coconut white chocolate bar. What white chocolate? Was it a Milky Way? Is that what they're called? Milky Way? Are those the white ones? I can't remember. I haven't had chocolate in a long time. Nice one, Luke. He's going Flecken. Love that from you, mate. Love that from you. If you don't have any more questions, do get them in. 4 minutes till the deadline, guys. Make sure your team is locked in for this game week. If you do enjoy any of the content that you see on the YouTube or on TikTok, follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're making plenty of FPL content and we're trying to hit 2k subs on the YouTube channel and 10k followers on the TikTok. Yeah, be great if we could do both by the end of next month. Absolutely killing it if we could, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's been kind of asking questions away. We are approaching kind of the final few minutes of the deadline. Make sure you do keep the questions coming in. If you do have any questions about your team. Is it risking starting Bruno? I think he may get an assist or something. No, I don't think it's risky starting Bruno. I'm starting Bruno this week. His data's look really good. And I hope he can perform. Martinelli versus Luis Diaz. For this week, I'd probably go Martinelli. Especially if Jesus comes on as well. Him and Martinelli have a really good partnership when they play together. So yeah. Thoughts on Pompey? I used to like Pompey as a kid. When they won the FA Cup and stuff. I mean, I was 8 at the time. So yeah, I used to like Portsmouth. Is 3 Chelsea defenders good for these following 3 weeks? No. They don't look good defensively, to be honest. Thoughts on Leicester? It's a club. Should I start Gabriel or Pinnock? Pinnock. Pal Torres or Gusto? Quick. Gusto. Go Gusto. Last 3 minutes before the deadline, guys. Thoughts on Bolton? Irrelevant. Alvarez has been my differential so far. More people starting to buy him now. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's looked really good as well. Hello, Paddy. Any questions about your FPL team, mate? Do get them in. But yeah, I think Alvarez has looked really good. So yeah, I can see why, if you went for him and he's been playing, he's doing really well. Rabin's gone for Gusto. I like that. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right there. Rabin. Is that right? God, everyone's asking me opinions on different football clubs. I don't mind Middlesbrough either. Someone I work with has Middlesbrough as their team. Yeah, just neutral. They've never done anything to harm me. Vissa or Diaby? I'd probably go Vissa. Diaby played European football, and Brentford going forward have looked really good in the open 2 game weeks. Just going to make sure my team is all set for this game week. Just one last quick check, sanity check of Twitter. Make sure there's no kind of news flying around. Doesn't look like it. No news on Gusto or Chilwell at the moment. Chilwell, Jackson and Sterling have been confirmed as potentially playing. Well, as playing. But yeah, can't see any other news at the moment. Yeah, if you don't have to make any other ones. I support Mansfield, that team back there. Going to the game tomorrow as well. Absolutely buzzing for that. Final minute before the deadline, guys. Make sure you are getting your team submitted. Making all the final transfers. Any final questions, do get them in. I will try and answer them as quick as possible. Good luck to you as well, Mans. Thank you for stopping by today's stream. It's been another good one, hasn't it, guys? Absolutely killed it yet again. Killing my voice box every single week as well. Newport County locally. Wow. You've got Graham Coughlin, one of our old managers as well. Thank you for sending the rose in. Appreciate that. What's Graham Coughlin like? Yeah, Bolton are irrelevant. Mansfield aren't. Come on. Play the oldest professional football ground in the world. Where did Bolton play? Some like industrial estate. NPC. I ain't doing any of that NPC shit. Yeah, I'd start Maddison. It looks like the deadline has now gone, guys. It is past. It does look like the deadline has gone indeed. So I hope you got your teams in time. Wishing everybody the best of luck for this game week. We'll stick around for like a couple minutes, answer any more questions. It's interesting that you think he's a good manager. I've been seeing like he's doing all right at you guys, but he was dreadful. He was really, really bad for us. Like, terrible. I think he's got the lowest win rate in our like entire club's history, to be honest. So it's interesting to see that he's actually kind of doing well. Harry's taken a gamble and put Sterling in. I kind of rate it. He's, you know, according to Lazy FPL, he is starting today, so it should go well. Who have you got up top of my team? I have Haaland and Jackson. Is Gusto starting? We haven't seen anything yet. Let me have a check on Twitter, but kind of haven't seen any rumours or anything like that. But the deadline now has passed, guys. So hopefully he starts for people. But I've not heard any rumours about Gusto yet. I thought we would have potentially got more rumours than we did. But at least we knew Chilwell and all that are starting, to be honest. But yeah. My team, Mansfield, back there. Going to the game tomorrow. We're playing Stockport, so hopefully a nice big win. If you're on the TikTok chat as well and you want to see more regular content from me, do go over to my YouTube. Link to that in the bio. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs on there. Make FPL content. Some good stuff, if I might say so myself. But yeah. Game week 4 top picks. I'm probably looking at, for game week 4, who's got really good fixtures? Any Spurs kind of players, I would probably say. I don't think Eze's a bad pick for game week 4. Any of the Chelsea boys, depending on tonight's performance. Yeah. My rogue one, Morris. Luton's fixtures are West Ham, Fulham, Wolves, Everton in game week 4. Cultured shirt. Here he is. Here's my boy. It's better than a United shirt, isn't it? Come on. Look at that. Just dripping. Maddison on the bench, ready for next week. Yeah. Hopefully he plays this week. Puts in a really good performance. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Oh, don't worry, Ben. Don't worry. Don't worry that he was late. You're here now. Ha, mate, I don't want a United one in the back. Madders is fit as well. Yeah, James Maddison's fit, but we don't want a United one. People click on this, they come, oh, what's that one? What's that one? People love it. People love the differential shirts on here. They don't want just United. They don't want that boring muck on the end of these streams. And Buemo for Jota for me. I like that. I like that, son. I like that, mate. Getting rid of Jota, though, your favourite player. Come on. Do you think United will eventually find some form? I have Bruno and Rashford. Yeah, I think they will eventually. Like, teams don't stay out of form forever. They'll find a solution to the kind of, you know, the problems that they're having. So I definitely think they'll find some form at some point. Players will come back from injury. Højlund will probably start up front. They might have to kind of revert and find a way of working with the players that they've got fit. So they'll find some form. Hey, he is better than Salah. I can't lie with that one, mate. He's lucky to be in the team this week. But yeah. Cool. Any final questions, guys? Do get them in, as I'm going to be wrapping up in about like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Got to shoot off today. So yeah. Gone for 2 glasses of water. Absolutely down the water today. We need to get a bigger bottle for these streams because, oh my days. I don't think people realise, like, drinking like 2 lots of water is just exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. Doesn't look like we've got any other questions coming in, guys, but thank you very much for watching today's deadline stream. If you do want to watch any kind of future FPL content or be in any of the future streams, do like, do comment, do subscribe, do follow me on TikTok. We are trying to hit 2,000 subs on YouTube and 10k followers over on TikTok. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone, today in today's stream. Hopefully this game week goes well for you.